Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Ferndale Racetrack here on Friday. It is the 18th of August, 2023. Going to look at the second race from Ferndale, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean around the world. This is one of my favorite race meetings of the year. I just like the half-mile track, the quirkiness of it, and I look forward to it every year, especially that marathon they run on the final day of the meeting here at Ferndale. Let's look at the second race from Ferndale around the bull ring. Remember, it's a half-mile circumference track. The second race, it's a claiming event going for a $9,000 purse, race for 3-year-olds and upwards, number 2 races here. Claiming price of $5,000. We have a field of 5 horses going 1,400 meters or 7 furlongs on the main track. So that's 3 turns. My top selection, I'm going to go with the 4-horse Lookout Point. I'm going to go 4-5-3 in the trifecta. 4-5-3 trifecta. Top selection of 4-horse Lookout Point. This 4-year-old gelding by point of entry. Gary Greiner trains this one. Gets Camacho Flores up in the saddle. The horse's most recent appearance came 28th of July at Cal Expo Sacramento. 1 mile and a claiming 2,500, and the horse won by a half a length that day. And he stalked a slow pace that day. Took him a little bit of time to get going, but when he had the turn of foot, he got the job done. A 62 buyer. Not a bad run for this horse that day. Cutting back to 7, coming to the bull ring for the first time. He has buyers high enough to win here, and I think he could, run a good race here today. 2 back, he ran a claiming 5 at Pleasanton, a mile 70 on the 1st of July. He finished third by 3 3/4 lengths that day, and he just kind of stalked that day. The winner just had the clear lead on him, but, he ran his heart out back to dirt, and then a claiming 5 at Golden Gate, 1 mile at Topeka, 26th of May. He finished 4th by 1 1/4 lengths. He had a wide poster. He was closing up well, very, very well late, but he just missed, but he ran his heart out that day, and then a claiming 12:50 at Golden Gate, 1 mile, 12th of May. He finished 4th by 5 lengths that day. He just didn't really show up that day. He's won 3 times this season. He was 13-0 maiden coming into this year, but he won a claiming 12:50 at Golden Gate, going a mile on the 9th of March, or 12th of March, where he won by a nose, getting there in the nick of time, and then won prior to that in mid-February, going mile 16th at Golden Gate in the main 8,000, win by 3/4 length. He really had that turn of foot to win that day. He's the kind of horse that you always see it a lot. When horses take a while to break their maiden, when they finally do, the wins start coming up a little bit quicker, and he did. He won 2 in a row. I like that he had a workout at Pleasanton going a mile. You don't see that very often. A mile and 1:47 and 2, the best out of 2 that day. But coming here, he could definitely win. Even the 5-horse Mr. Botanicals can win for Hugo Herrera. Most recently, claiming 5 at Sacramento over the mile 16th. He finished 4th by 10.5 lengths that day, and he was just just wasn't keeping up that day. Stepping down, it is a claiming 5, but it's not as deep of a claiming 5 like you see at Sacramento. I think he should get the trip to win. Prior to then, claiming 5 at Pleasant over the mile 70, the same race Lookout Point came out of. He finished 4th by 6 lengths that day, and he was with him early on. He just kind of hit the wall that day. I do think he needed the race. It was his first race since March. And then prior to that, claiming 5 at Golden Gate over the mile on the Topeka. He finished 9th by 8 1/4 lengths that day. He just never really got going. He hasn't won in a minute. His last victory came claiming 6-250 at Golden Gate over the mile last October, winning by 1 1/4 lengths with the veteran Frank Alvarado up. He really took off clear. Coming here, another horse, he's training well at Golden Gate. He could definitely win. But to recount my selection for the second from Ferndale, going to take the 4-horse Lookout Point. Give kudos to the 5-horse Mr. Botanicals, 4-5-3 trifecta. Let's go 4-5 in the pick 5 that begins with this race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.